Now my question is to stopping the Lycan here in his push. What's the hero that can achieve that here? Because it feels like once Lycan gets started, there's nothing really that can deal with his creeps at all, and Wraithing is getting kicked out of line.
I think you are not really stopping Lycan. I think this is where you want to speed up the game either through your DP or through your Tiny. If you enable the Tiny, he is the only person that can potentially slow down the Lycan's game a little bit, maybe with a rune, TPing top, or stopping one of the pushes, whatever. But I think ultimately, you cannot really stop the Lycan from having a good game. Maybe you receive a death on the Lycan, but he should have a absolutely fine early game.
Yeah, we'll see as we finally get into the game, guys. Just a small technical pause in the beginning as we're now ready for the sprawl to begin. Excited to see Enchantress again. You know, that you think it's going to be Radiance again? Hopefully not, but it was a very fun one to watch.
Oh, I like what Bryle is doing, by the way. If you put the camera on him, he was standing the whole time on the right side and putting out the Iron Branch off of his inventory. So if anyone had spotted him at the moment, they would probably think that his ward is on the right side of the mid lane. But joke's on you, it's on the other side, on the left side. So it's just like a small play. As you see, Tim's wasting, he's blasting all his mana to try and find it, but he can't.
Wow, that's very clever. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah,
pretty cool.
Winning this ward mid lane, it feels like that's the lane winning move now in mid lane, right? And how interactive this lane has become.
Oh, definitely.
Really
I mean, it helps you so much, right? It's some bonus gold, you get some more XP. There's Dubu, he's gonna pop the heal here while Scam is running after him. So one of the reasons why Clock is actually better nowadays against like Ench, I wouldn't say Clock is good against Chen, but with the most recent change to Battery Assault, right, it does deal double damage to creeps. And early on, Ench can't really take all the big creeps. And later in the game, you're pretty good against Ench in a game too. If you hook her, him, you know, whatever, you can either solo kill the hero or with a +1, you will usually get to take the hero out.
We'll see how that works after the laning stages you mentioned. How do you think the Zeus fares against the Lycan though?
I feel like it doesn't do anything to him. So like if I'm Lycan here, right, and I see Zeus, I feel like this is a free real estate lane. Like I'm free farming this shit for sure. You have Rubik, which maybe isn't the best +4, but you know that the Rubik is gonna give back to you later in the game in different ways. He can steal Silence. He's a very cool pick against Tiny because he can steal Avalanche. He also bought a headdress so that they enable the Lycan to get to the stage where once he has a Helm of Dominator, he's gonna feel super good in this lane. And on top of that, I think they realize right now that they are pressuring the Dire lane. So Saberlight is actually pivoting a little bit from the normal build. He's already sending out a Ring of Basilius to give both him and Moon more armor to spam more wolves and spam more Fade Bolts in this lane. And I really like that change.
Yeah, that's that mana is gonna be really useful in this lane. We'll see as well how much they can keep Zeus away, because I feel like once Saberlight hits either Helm or 6, Zeus is food, unless he leaves the lane. So the more you can deny him early, the better, of course. He's trying to pull here. Oh, look at this poor Zeus, just trying to be relevant. Oh, he did. He got to pull off somewhat with the wolves. No, they ignored him. Oh, there we go. He repulled. Yeah. Well done, Tim.
This is, I would say, this is most likely one of the best things he can do in this lane.
He can, yeah.
You can try to like hit the Rubik a little bit and go for some trades, but eventually you need to be careful because remember, he has his headdress, he already has built-in regen. And I think you want the Wraith King to get as much solo XP as possible. And you are Zeus, which means you need XP too. So splitting up the lane a little bit and going for pulls is definitely beneficial for both Zeus and the Wraith King here.
Okay. It's working out. Saberlight got a little bit of harassment as a result. Still no points on Feral Impulse, by the way, for this Lycan. Instead of going for the early point in Howl to outlast it, the Wraith King, is that part of the plan?
He did this the first time in their Arlington Major, and it's the first time I've ever seen it. It was very cool in the game where I saw it played. It made the difference of his support winning or losing the trade battle. But it's actually a lot of damage reduction here. Like it's 25%. And you can see it right now as they're turning on the Zeus.
Yes. Tims might just die here. Nice little jump. Fade Bolt also secures the range creep in the process, but Tims will survive thanks to his heavenly jump. Balanced.
Yeah, this is just what I feel like is the beauty of this game, and it's the beauty of people being open to doing different things, right? Oh, I go into this game, I go the same build every game, the same skill build, the same item build. Nah, bro. Like, people need to be open like this, because as you can see, it has a huge impact. When I saw him do it the other time, he got a double kill minute 2. And like here again, I think it's just really cool to see different things. You just have to respect it.
When's the case would you say that you still go for Feral Impulse? Is it because the lane is kind of free for him that he's allowed to go for Howl?
I would say if you can pressure a lot, or if the Howl minus armor plus damage reduction makes a big difference in your 2-on-2 fights or helping you support on the side, then Howl is better. But let's say it's just a 1-on-1 and let's say there's a Morphling in the enemy lane who you're never going to pressure and who has high damage. I think then you just want Feral Impulse to last hit for yourself.
Okay, that's fair enough. We'll see how this works out for them as we check out the other lanes a little bit too. It's 4-minute runes now, so the water runes. Supports actually start to rotate. Tim's trying to beat Moonmeander, does not. And Bryle, he does get the water rune, but also gets Avatossed, and that's going to get them the kill. Easy for Yopaj. Probably wasn't expecting that. Rocket Flare just
I think
a
he
little
was
bit of extra
not
damage.
expecting the little rocket flare there. That was kind of cool. I think he was trying to keep like a distance in case they do the Avatoss so he can't get power cogged out by the clock. But the rocket flare with the combo, nice rotation by the supports to both go middle. And I think you will see a very similar move in like a minute, as we touched on earlier. The runes in this game and the tempo of the mid laners is just super important this game. Because the side lane cores, they're not really going to move, right? You're not expecting the Faceless Void to move around. Lycan wants to sit in his lane. Same with Wraith King and DP. So the mid laners in this game, it's really up to them to be enabled to eventually branch out to the side lanes and then break those open to like help give the +1.
Okay, in that sense, won't the Puck have a little advantage as he's a faster ganker in that sense? Tiny needs to
I think
wait
it
for
will
Blink a little
truly
more?
just come down to who helps mid more, who has a level advantage, or who gets the power rune. That's why I think this next move will be very important. I mean, Boom have already set it up a little better than TSM with this kill that they got on Yopaj. I guess it wasn't him getting it, but you know, they did kill the Puck, so he has a level advantage now, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, with the Rocket Flare in the end by Scam. Which was surprising because, like you mentioned, level 2 Rocket means no cogs now in the lane. Not that it's very useful against the Void. And Skem acting as a little bit of a tank. Batter yourself for Dubu once again under the tower. Skem, how much do you want to commit for this? I'm just trying to make sure the catapult deals as much damage as possible to the tower.
Yeah, I would say they're doing a good job. They're burning the raindrop a little bit on the end. She already lost 2 chargers, which, you know, all these items that allow you to lane longer, they're becoming, I would say, very popular right now because you want to play all the lanes as long as possible, right? It's a very greedy meta. You want everyone to farm. You don't want to kick out your offlaner unnecessarily. That's why we see more and more of these raindrops as the first rune. Looks like it might go Boom's way here as Skem is protecting the bottom rune.
Moonmeander gets a kill on Tim's as a result.
With the wolves.
Help. Yeah.
And that's also something else we need to mention. Howl gets activated around your hero and 2000 range around any of your wolves. So there, with the wolves running into the jungle, I didn't see the kill happen quite at the moment, but I assume that the bonus damage from the wolves plus the -4 armor played a huge role.
It did. I mean, it was kind of a surprise haul towards the latter end of the kill, right? So
I see.
The trading helped the Rubik a lot. I will say, though, that means they can't rotate to help out mid, and that goes the first rune to Yopaj, who's having a pretty easy time mid lane. Already a good matchup for Tiny.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Tiny is, I would say, like top 2, top 3 best answers to this hero, as we have a TP top, actually, from Dubu. So they want to try to help pressure the top lane. They know that bottom can't be pressured yet. Just having a little bit of go, but shouldn't be too much yet. I feel like this kill... they're getting 6 on Lycan, and that's their go time.
Yeah, that is. There is no reincarnation on the Wraithing, but just put the point in. Jackie, making sure you can counter-initiate if need be. Fate Bolt, maximizing damage, trying to get the kill on Jackie, at least the first life. But unfortunately, you're not going to find it, especially with Tim's rotating. They only have to commit a support for this, but Yopaj wants to join them as well. With full Avalanche now, can kill Dubu in just one hit, or he's trying to at least. Now the body block coming in from Yopaj, not successful. Jackie with a stun, hopefully can stop Dubu's escape. There's the stun used again. Yopaj Avalanche in 5 seconds, but the Howl reduces their damage considerably, and Boom is forced to back off. This gives a lot of time for Bryle to recover in this mid lane. Or just straight up farm, honestly, not recover.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting move. I didn't expect TSM to go for this play quite as early. I think it's not too often you see this, as we're gonna have to look at mid for a bit, because again, we have an 8-minute rune. Everyone and their families are gathered here for the little fest of the active rune.
Yeah, and it seems that the family from TSM is winning this room because double damage was bottom, and it's going to be given to Bryle, who's out of mana, but still wants to fight this Skem. Seems to be the target for him. Gets
Avalanche
just enough mana for Dream Coil. They have the DD as well. Is that enough to kill off Skem, or will Bryle just die? Phase shifting, last bit of damage is not going to save him as he has no escape. Coming with no mana really punished him. Tim is now the target, been slowed down by the seat shot, but Boom just ignores this. That was really, really aggressive by Bryle.
Yeah, that was... I mean, if he had like more resources to play with, more mana, it could have been a good play, but he was already quite low initially, and then, I mean, this hurts a lot. You get this rune where both teams are investing like a lot of resources. You get the DD, but then you're the one that gets turned around on and dies, which, I mean, obviously, it doesn't feel good. Now, Yopaj, he is involved in another kill. He gets his bottle refilled, but we can kind of see that both teams, they understand who to play around, at least for now, right? A lot of the emphasis has been on mid, as they now refill Yopaj's bottle, and they're moving into the enemy jungle.
They are, and here they find Timado, but Timado does still have the Chrono worst case scenario. Doesn't seem too bad for him, as Jackie's holding his own in the top lane as well. This is where Wraith King comes in handy, right? Much harder to bring down the Wraith King under his tower than the Void.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just going to sit here. I like his build for now, where he rushed the phase boost. I mean, sometimes you see people go for like the Helm of Iron Will to like, you know, higher up their armor, their region, but I think the phase boosts are great to try and be more maneuverable in the lane against the Lycan. You have the Skellies, and he's just going to keep moving back and forth. And right now, Boom are pressuring the bottom tower already. In fact, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
And TSM have not started their adventure on the enemy tower just yet.
And they have the Lycan, but the Lycan still does not have that helm, which is making this... Sorry, just got it. No, never mind. That's Dubo's creep. That makes much more sense. Yeah, Saberlight waiting on that helm to be able to push us.
I
think the courier got sniped. Yeah, right?
Who killed it? It looks like it died to neutral creeps because it says no name when you press.
Oh, that's
enter.
true.
But that's,
I don't know.
It happens sometimes. Love when it happens. Definitely love it.
Yeah. So you aggroed them by accident, and then the courier was
it's
nearby.
Like they were fighting something else, and then the moment your little chicken flies over, the neutral, the melee, like the lane creep died, and then the neutral is like, oh, I guess I'll kill you instead.
Yeah, exactly. So now, at least they took the tower without the helm, which is not bad. So Silverlight's still not missing his timings, but not having the dominant early we suspected Lycan would have.
Yeah, so you have both teams took the enemy safe lane tower, which is, I mean, fairly common. The carries will likely still play in the area, at least Wraith King. He's going to sit here, take the lane whenever it comes in, spawn his skeletons. But the next moves from both teams will very likely just be on the mid-tier 1 tower, right? The Lycan has his helm, plus form. Well, he doesn't have the helm yet, but it will come soon. And with the next DP ulti, Boom could look for something similar. It's like you will either see the teams fight in one of the jungles or the mid tower. And I think Boom, I would say it's a little easier for them to make this mid-smoke. You have the clockwork hook shot into a potential exo, but Saberlight is very far out top right now.
Hookshot gets somewhat blocked by the walls, but now he has to get out of this cogs, and Saberlight will do it for now. One small stun, another damage, the body block from Scam. Saberlight just trying to go into the trees, and like a wounded little doggy, he's going to be able to go back home, start the TP just in case.
Creep, let's go, I love you. What a great creep. Please, Valve, don't change anything.
Kazu is talking about the mid lane. He was actually telling me before the game started how much he likes Enchantress with his strategy.
I mean, why smoke to the mid tower and make a good Dota play when you can just send a brain dead creep at it, right?
8 click the ground, man. That takes a whole 2 clicks, 3 clicks is difficult.
Yeah.
Only the best
nice job there by Dubu. Also, it's a good move by Boom. Let's pretend there's an alternate reality where Eng can't solo take the tower. Then you removing the ulti here from Lycan is actually a big deal. I mean, it still is, right? But technically, in many other games, this would remove the next play for TSM. It likely still will. They're going to most likely wait 1 minute for the next form to be up. Bryle gets himself another active rune. He has the illusions right now. And Yopaj just picked up his Blink Dagger. So, yeah, definitely eyes on him. And he's paired up with Mr. Scam right now.
Okay. What can they do them two together? Maybe kill Saberlight, who has no boots, so it should be an easier kill. However, they're going to the triangle. They just laid down a ward. They know there's a smoke here because there's a sentry and an observer ward here for TSM. So Boom has been detected, and Boom won't be getting anything out of this. Also, the Blink Dagger revealed to the enemy.
It's very nice, and also it's just useful for people to know. When you protect areas, it's always good to place a sentry there, even if you don't find a ward for the case like this. You have your obs, your sentry. Right. When the enemy smoke and place a ward or a sentry, you see it. Even if you're not there, a little dot will pop up. You know there's smoke. Timado sees it, and he gets to not only dodge the gank to keep farming himself, but also waste some time from the Clock and Tiny.
Yeah. And like I was mentioning, that smoke is so obvious when you have a Tiny that you're most likely Blink Dagger. Now he actually reveals it in the creep wave. And now, Yopaj, you can still use it to kill the Enchantress, but not the easiest target. And there's still Timado here, who activates Mask of Madness, telekinesis, just in case he wasn't getting any stun locks. Any time locks, mind you. Shapeshift from Saberlight, hoping to catch any stragglers, but he's not going to find them.
He's just coming over to high-five someone. See, there's at least a different creep that we can appreciate, the Hurricane creep. You can push yourself out. You can push some dude out of chrono. Like this stuff is
Good design.
cool. This thumbs up. This we can keep. The skeleton idiot creep, like just remove it. No one will care.
So you don't
That's
want to remove
enough
the
for this
creep
cast.
altogether?
Not just the ability, like give it ensnare again, I don't know. Or give it like a attack speed buff, I don't care. Oh, look at Dubu. Oh, never mind, look at
Saberlight.
Yopaj.
Yeah, I think Saberlight is in a difficult position now. Avalanche,
Yes,
no,
it's
from
an Avalanche.
Mumiander. Never mind. This spell now kind of OP on Rubik because has a set time when the rocks reach. So your extra range is kind of broken on this.
Very true. Okay, so let's see like the next timings of this game, right? Tomato has been fairly quiet in this game. I would say it's not really like the most clear for what he has to do. So I think farming is just fine. You don't have like the most Chronosphere follow-up. So I think playing for your own game to just make sure that you can join your team later is absolutely cool. Like once you have the shard, time walk dilation, chill, kind of, he's gonna look to play off of his Lycan form, going in, giving vision of the puck, like, you know, jumping in and out, as they're actually going for their own smoke. So they're gonna be smoking into their own jungle this time, where they have a ward already placed.
Which sets up for this fight. Moon, however, can't get closer to Yopaj, and even the Avalanche is out of range. Maybe they settle for a clockwork. Still not the ideal kill, but they'll take it over nothing. Dreamcoat committed. Telekinesis breaks the coil, and they give the kill to Bryle. It's something.
It's something. Probably didn't need the coil there, but who cares? It's a quite low cooldown. Also, always cool to see a little interaction with the coil into snapping it with one of your teammates. Always love to see it. Pretty satisfying. As we have now Saberlight playing in the bottom area of the map, and I like this a lot. So usually the way Lycan works out is that he takes the enemy safe lane tower, then he plays in the jungle, and then a few minutes later, once the enemy carry plays the opposite side of his map, like Jackie is now, you usually follow them, because what you can do now is you can scout them out for smoke ganks, but you can also block their triangle over and over with wolves, which is what you can see Saberlight's wolves basically do right now.
Yeah, I see this is what the Broodmothers used to do, right? When they started splitting their broodlings and blocking all the camps. Okay.
It's very toxic, and at the same time, no one really wants to play down here for TSM, but you can, because you have summons, you have like 3 different summons that you can do stuff with, you can still farm and scout and block the enemy. So it feels very good when you're the Lycan at this stage.
Alright, you can act as a dead laner for the team as...
Exactly.
Boom tried to take, or they're trying to do something for this tier 1, wishing they had an Enchantress in their team.
Yeah, I mean, the TSM's positioning was very nice. Like, the Saberlight was bottom, now moved away. You have Boom around mid now, because they really want this tower.
And 2, that's Reincarnation level 2 they're fighting into. Exo only level 1 though, not as strong for FBZ. Yeah, we get a Dream Coil out. FBZ has been stopped, but Yopaj goes in a Mumiander. Yopaj now in a difficult position. His teammates can't quite help him thanks to the Dream Coil, and Yopaj has been torn to shreds. That's, by the way, the Helm of the Overlord just picked up, and Saberlight reveals it with this magnificent creep, killing off Jackie. Jackie's now gonna reincarnate, probably into a Chrono. Timado saving it for later. Still has the Chrono. There we go. As they kick away FBZ, making sure to concentrate their efforts on Jackie instead. Armlet keeping him alive for a little bit longer, but he's gonna be killed off. FBZ now running away with the extra movement team for Exorcism. That's gonna be a little bit difficult. He tries to TP, and there is nothing actually to stop it, because Mumiander is too slow.
Bot tower, actually, in the meantime, somehow nearly died. I guess there were some skeletons with the catapult, so they nearly got that done, but that was a very good fight for TSM. I like the way that they kind of engaged in that fight, right? The Wraith King was showing his face, hitting the tower, which there's nothing really wrong with that. They popped the Lycan form, and then the coil on, I think it was Wraith King and DP. But this is, I think, where Boom messed up a little bit. I think Yopaj overplayed his hand ever so slightly. So when the way TSM need to play their fights is, Lycan is usually a timing-based hero when it comes to team fighting, right? You need to win the fight in your form, because after you get out of it, you're not really that strong anymore. So when they use their coil and their Lycan form on the DP and Wraith King, there's no reason to really jump behind them. What you should do is protect them in the coil, and then you keep disengaging the fight. Because actually, DP can play longer fights than Lycan, right? The DP ult lasts quite more, you know, it just lasts longer than Lycan form, obviously. So instead of jumping behind them, what you should do is look to protect them and then fight after. As mid, we have a new fight.
FBZ needs protection. They toss him back. That not going to save him though, because Witchblade will take him down. Time dilation on top of that. Scam is also forced to retreat. And yeah, you're right. They also discovered halfway through the fight. Good reveal by Saberlight, but the Overlord was revealed, right? Which is probably one of the biggest timings on Lycan. And they fought anyway under tower.
They're really strong with this with the helm, and TSM understand this. You could also see it from the way they played. DP is a bit of a weird hero until you're not good at like fighting into the summons, but your Spirit Siphon heals you really like a lot on this Overlord. This creep heals like 2000 HP, and this is where I think instead of like fighting head on to them when they use their spells, you should look to live for a couple seconds and then fight back after. But for now, TSM they're using their heroes better. They have this Aegis now on Tomato. I would assume that he picks up the shard next, and they can just kind of look to keep playing fights the same way. Lycan form, Puck, Coil, Void goes in and out with a shard, and the supports just kind of play chill, play behind, and throw the spells when you need.
Top lane, they wanted to bait that Saberlight. He went too close to the tower, now stuck in the cogs. Where's the help though? It's gonna be the Avalanche first, tossing him back into the Wraithfire Blast, and that's gonna be enough to finish off Saberlight. The bait creep is also worth 250 gold, so if they can secure that, yeah, they're gonna commit to it.
They will.
Well done. Who got it? Wraith King. Nice.
I think that was Mr. Jack. He just got little, he just opened up a bank account. And he's rich already. He just finished his Deso, he revealed it, got a charge, and now he's back up to 1200 gold. A little bit of a pause here. Sorry guys, my mouse was lagging, so I died.
My mouse is what he calls Saberlight, actually. This is referring to his teammate here. He's like, I'm sorry, he wasted shapeshift here. We're good. We're rated enough.
We're good. Mr. Bryle gonna... What did he get? I assume he's getting his Blink Dagger? Yes. So he has Blink, Witchblade. Okay. Once again, most cores are somewhat happy in this game. I would assume, like, FPZ maybe not feeling the greatest. Oh, mid, Dubu.
Yeah, Timado just denied this tower. Dubu. Jackie can't even complete the Mortal Strike, man. That is stupid.
Yeah, so FPZ, he is sitting on the bottom of the net worth chart, but DP is the type of hero which is a bit similar to some of the carries that your spells, they kind of carry you. You just need one or two small like items that keep you to allow you to stay alive. For now, the BKB, you can run out of coil, you don't get lifted, you don't get slowed. And to be fair, if you're Chrono, that means Lycan can't hit you. So for now, the BKB is going to be very good. Next item, Plate Mail. And even though he's not too farmed, his heroes should have quite good impact in the coming fights.
Right, the level 12 might be the most important peak for DV, right?
Absolutely. Ooh, nice dodge on that hook.
Yeah, well done, Bryle.
That's some illegal shit going on again. Investigation.
No, that was on purpose, but it happened. Now Skem is in a pickle with the Chrono as well, catching the poor DP. Timado wants to finish her off and will accomplish it as a Dream Coil misses. Skem didn't have to phase shift this one. He just had good juking powers, but now he's being seen. He has no TP, so Skem just delaying the inevitable. That kill on the DP probably more major there, as that's the level 12 timing stopped.
Yeah, that was a cute Chrono, even though it wasn't, the placement wasn't needed like that, but even the Lycan Wolves could hit the DP there in the Chrono, so I have to just point that out real quick. That's some cute placement. Also, Howl into Chronosphere has maybe a little more synergy than I thought initially, like -4, 5, 6 armor, depending on what level the Howl is going to be, is nothing to joke about. Also, Dubu has the drums, he's going to pump out some little attack speed into the Chronosphere too, so even though the heroes don't look that amazing with the Chrono, they definitely help Tomato to get those kills done.
For sure, and every little bit helps early. It's not like the heroes... Like, if you get DP or Zeus, they're not the tankiest yet, right? So, as long as they're not Wraith King and Tiny, Void can solo them pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm afraid Zeus will never be tanky this game. Poor little man. Yeah. I think he had to take one for the team here in the draft to play this one as +4. As bottom tower, they really want to save this one, as they should. It's one hit from death.
Oh, the Catapult will do it.
Down.
Oh no, Catapult is charging again. Well done, Bryle, saving the tower.
Let's see, are you denying it or is he gonna bait it? I feel like you should deny it, unless you're deliberately baiting someone from Boom to come here and then slap their face.
It doesn't seem like they're baiting, because all the other TSM guys are just going to the enemy triangle.
Yeah. They still have Aegis for 1.5 minutes. Chrono not quite out, but they can definitely... Oh, never mind, Yopash.
Goodbye to Moon Meander. Got rid of those scary cogs he stole.
Lycan charging in.
Jackie. Then Lycan is charging in. Timel has no Chrono though, so it's just Saberlight. Saberlight backing out. Using his creeps instead to harass this DP. Maybe sacrifices his Ancient Thunderhide. This is a weird play now. There's no shapeshift, so Boom should... Yeah, there we go. Boom should smoke.
Yeah, this is a very nice response by Boom. I think after they, had maybe the small mess up in the earlier fight, I think they now understand what they want to do is abuse the Wraith King's tankiness, have him in front, then protect the DP when the Lycan runs in, and then shortly after you can turn. Yopash also with a great jump is here. Trying to get Timado.
Vision of him. And you can still try to hook shot him.
Is really good. Still have Aegis for 40 more seconds, but they do have Chrono now, so I wonder if TSM want to fight back. They don't have Shapeshift, so I feel like they're fine just waiting at least like half a minute, right? And as soon as you get towards the cooldown, going to like 20, 15 seconds, you can look for a smoke.
So what Boom was trying to do there with that smoke is catch anyone that wasn't the Void, because he still had Aegis. Was that the plan? As Tim's just died.
Pretty much, as Tim's dies to
the
the Summons.
Yep.
Actually,
Oh, we talked about it.
It was actually a nice play by Saberlight. I guess he had the Wolves there and the creep. But basically, it's not easy for them to kill the Void. I mean, if they catch him now, they have a small timing for like 1.5 minutes where maybe they can catch him, where he's losing the Aegis now, but he also won't have the BKB, right? So maybe you get him with an Avatos into a silence, he can die. And then later, the next timing you can, if he has BKB, you will only kill him, I think, if Wraith King also has a Blink Dagger, which won't be for a while, because he opted to go for a BKB right now. He's going to rely on his Tiny jumping in and on the Clockwork to engage for him as well in the fight.
Yeah, that BKB will be coming out soon for Jackie, so that's going to help out him as well, making this team fights a little bit easier for Boom. They haven't fought around these BKBs on DP or on Wraith King just yet.
They
are fighting a tiny bottom, though. Yeah, he did this last game to Palos, and now he's on the receiving end of it.
In the meantime, 2-man Chrono.
Yeah, finds DP, finds Scam. Going for Scam first. No Cogs adventures here, as FPZ gets destroyed shortly after.
It's very hard for Boom to respond if they are not in close proximity to one another. Like, if the Tiny gets caught on his own, I think their whole lineup kind of falls apart. They need this... They really need the DP or the Wraith King to be somewhat in the front without the supports or the Tiny really getting gone on. Because they really need like this Avalanche, the Zeus to keep nuking and to keep their heroes alive. Because as we stated earlier, the only way Boom will win fights is if they outlive like the first few seconds of the team fight coming out from TSM.
Boom hasn't been able to propose team fights to even test this theory. Because they keep getting caught out
I wonder
as well.
if this may have... I feel like it might bite them in the ass that Jackie didn't opt to go for a Blink yet. So I feel like this BKB is perhaps a little bit too much of a defensive tool. Because I think TSM don't really have any business killing him twice anyway. So I think if you had gone for a Blink, it would help your Tiny to play the game, your Clockwork to play the game. And ultimately, maybe even you too, because it would allow you to get into the fight. Because I think TSM won't care about this BKB. They will ignore you anyway. That's what they should do, but let's see.
Scam gets hit by the Avalanche. Scam might just die. Oh no, the hookshot got blocked by Jackie. That is not the initiation we're looking for. Nope. Jackie really wants to kill this creep, and it's going to be Yopaj who takes it instead. From behind, we hear Dreamcoil. That's going to be to secure Yopaj, and Yopaj has no way of getting out of this. He's just going to die. FBZ hasn't even had time to activate his ghosts. He's also going to fall so quickly. TSM not giving time for Boom to even breathe, as Jackie being chased down by a hungry wolf who's looking to body block him. Jackie, where you going, buddy? Not between those trees. They're going to have to find a new place to juke.
No.
He has no place to go any longer. He's getting body blocked here. Has the Chrono just in case, and Timado will use it just to secure the skill until the enemy carry. Goodbye, Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, TSM are... Oh, at bottom. This fight is not gone yet, as Tim's trying to get out. Looks like he will. Moon trying to chase him, but won't.
Nope, never mind.
He got his TP.
Nice job. The stick from Moonmeander gets him in the end.
And here's Dubu's creep for Dubu. Let's go, Dubu.
Go, Dubu. Moonmeander is out of mana. Okay, he had enough for one last heavenly jump. Tim's in the trees. Will Tim's live? His base is certainly not living. This is really bad for Tim's, but at least he might live. Let Tim's have a breather. Let Tim's survive. Yeah, Tim's made it out alive. Woo!
Let's go. In the meantime, his mid-racks are gone, so his house is pretty much burning down while he's coming back. Yeah, I guess TSM are not going to stop pushing this either. There's a Thunder High that will keep buffing little Tibado. You have drums. Yeah, I mean, this guy has like 20 million buffs behind him. Saberlight even getting close to finishing the AC. Let's see if Boom get to hold the second racks, because it looks like they're not.
Yeah, Tim's just made it to the fountain, guys. He did it.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Tim's is alive, boys. He's getting towards his Ags. He has nearly 2 components. But okay, we're at a... I mean, Boom nearly did the same thing last game, right? They were in a similar position and then nearly won the game.
Yeah,
until
true.
somehow Fnatic did some miraculous Lakat Balatak play and came back in the game and won. But, so
Indeed.
what Boom needs to do now, it would have been good if they understood this maybe 5 minutes ago or earlier, but either way, they're still in this game, they have not lost. We need DP to get a plate mail. It's super important, because this guy right now has barely any armor as mid. They see Timado. Are they gonna go for it? No. Okay, they need plate mail on DP, Blink on Wraith King, but they're not getting it.
Okay, we heard a shapeshift. There's also a Wraithfire Blast that just hit Jackie, and they slowed him. They forced his BKB out. That's not bad. He still doesn't have reincarnation, but there's still no chrono, obviously, on
They
Timalo,
will
which
keep
is why he's not
chasing.
overcommitting. They find FBZ in the backline, still chasing after Jackie, as Yopaj tried to kill the Rubik, but instead he got killed. Tims, oh no, the poor man smokes! Tims, once again! He's alive for now, Saberlight, he's gonna ignore him. They're going for Skem instead. They killed Moonmeander, Skem, TPs as well. Unfortunately, Skem is not as good as Tims. But Tims is alive, we did it. The Ancient might fall, but Tims will live on forever in our hearts and
Tims
minds.
will never die. That's all that matters. Okay.
Yeah, this is not
19K.
looking good.
Okay, let's see. How high do you think is the win probability right now for TSM?
95?
95? Okay, I'm gonna go with 97.
What is it?
Okay, it's 98.
Oof, wow. You're close.
Close. It's about to be 99. But again, it's the 1%. And the 1% is what counts. We need... My boy FPZ, he needs a plate mail because my man, he needs to survive a few more smacks. I need Jack
Right.
Boys to get a goddamn Blink Dagger so that the Tiny doesn't have to go in every time and then just die because he's alone.
Yes.
And hopefully Zeus, again, like last time, gets to use 5 million Arc Lightnings and then they can win.
Right.
It's actually not impossible. The Arc Lightnings times 5 million maybe is. But the Blink Dagger, Wraith King, plate mail DP, fighting around the triangle with buybacks is definitely possible.
Okay, Jackie's already in. No need for the Blink Dagger if you just
Swinging
start to
his
fight
sword.
yourself. Okay, that's not very good though. Jackie is dying. He's way too quick at dying. And Skem is already dead
It's
as
fine,
well.
they all have buybacks.
Second
Everyone
life?
use your buybacks.
Oh no, he's gonna have to use it soon because that BKB is not gonna save him from the chrono damage. However, Zeus is alive and he's doing a lot of damage, so maybe that's helping. Nope. Timalo activates BKB and now Zeus is useless again. That's Wraith King done. FBC barely survived this. The GG is called. But boys, Tims is alive, so all that's good and well.
The game ends before he dies. Let it end. Let it
Tims,
end.
don't
Don't let him
die.
die.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
no.
Alright,
That
this
is the
tough.
morale boost that Boom needed. And with Tims dying, this game 2 is looking as grim as game 1.
That was the one thing I needed. I needed him to stay alive. That would have been the omen for the next game for them to win. I'm telling you.
Right, and now with this, Kazu, can we even trust him for game number 2 if Tims dies?